I think back to obviously his pardoning of Nixon, but that was after Nixon resigned. It was after he accepted accountability for those actions, and after those actions have been kind of fully aired out in court, right? In order to show that grace, you first must have an admission, right, of guilt. I mean, ironically, that's what a pardon requires. It requires an admission of guilt. You can't be pardoned if you haven't admitted that guilt. I mean, sentences can be commuted, but in this case, I mean, to your point, I mean, the House's job is to look at the charges, and these charges were accurate, and in my experience, and to the best of my beliefs and knowledge at the time. I think I have colleagues, and I respect this difference of opinion, who said, well, I'm concerned about the snap impeachment and then what this means as a precedent. I'm like, okay, that's fair. I can get over that concern because I think the assault on the Capitol was pretty unprecedented, and the president's role, to me, was left him rankly unfit for office. Others who have concerns about due process, again, fair. But Sarah, to your point, this is a political process. You're not violating someone's constitutional rights. In the impeachment, Gerald Ford, when asked when he was in the House of Representatives, what an impeachable offense was, and he says it's whatever a majority of the House of Representatives decides at any one point in time. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think there are folks who are trying to equate the political process of impeachment to a criminal process, saying, well, I'm not sure that, this charge of incitement of insurrection would hold up in a court of law. Like, well, it actually might. And those criminal charges may very well happen. And the fact that we are strongly considering, the expectation or the likelihood that the president will at least be charged with incitement of insurrection makes it pretty hard to not vote for impeachment here. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I think a president should be held to a slightly higher standard than some guy, who gets up on a soapbox on a street corner and starts, raving like a lunatic.